Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your short take. So, first order of business is to talk about where we are with regard to Georgia. So, by tomorrow at noon, all 19 defendants in the Fani Willis RICO case have got to turn themselves in at Fulton County Jail and make bail or whatever they've got to do. They've got to have their fingerprints taken. They've got to have a mugshot taken. As we already know, the rats are scurrying. They're all trying to get their cases shifted into federal court. John Eastman turned up the other day and managed to get himself a mugshot. But Mark Meadows, wanted the presiding judge to intervene and stop his arrest until someone decides whether or not he can go to federal court. But that's not going to happen because no presiding judge who is not the presiding judge yet, until there's an evidentiary hearing, is going to get in the way of Fani Willis. I promise you that. They do not usurp the power of the states. Okay? So he had to get himself turned in today, and he did. Donald Trump's going to turn himself in tonight at 7:30. That's the latest rumor. The drama llama is on his way to Georgia right now as we speak. So there was another event. It's called the debate. And I'm going to say flat out right now, I don't give a shit what one of those people on stage had to say last night about any of the issues, because not only do I consider the GOP lost, finished, the party is not a party anymore. It's an authoritarian movement, no matter who is speaking at the podium. That is where the GOP is. They are under full MAGA control. So none of these stiffs who were up there yesterday debating issues, I'm not interested in any issues they have to debate. They're not my issues, okay? Flat out, litmus test for me, a woman's right to choose, return of Roe v. Wade, period. Okay? That needs to happen. Roe v. Wade needs to be codified. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, we all have the same rights here, whether we're straight, black, white, green, yellow, heterosexual, transgender, LGBTQ, not quite sure what the fuck we are yet, whether we sleep with a llama, whether he's a drama llama or not. We all have the same rights. I'm not interested in the party, any party, telling me what I can and cannot do with my own body, telling me that I can't exercise my healthcare preferences. I do not believe it's the government's right to tell women when they can and cannot make decisions about whether or not to carry a child to term. I'm not interested in any politicians who want to oppress LGBTQ and transgender people. I'm not interested in politicians who want to rewrite the history book so that white people are uncomfortable if they go to school. I'm not interested in any of that. And that's all the GOP is about. Okay? That's all it's about. It is not presenting options for the economy. It is not presenting bills to improve people's lives. The GOP House has done absolutely nothing. They passed a version of Ron DeSantis's Don't Say Gay bill. That's one of the things that they've done. Okay, and they submitted a bill to make the AR-15 the national gun of the United States. They've done nothing about stopping shootings here. In fact, the GOP has done absolutely nothing but waste your taxpayer dollars and my taxpayer dollars on oversight investigations going nowhere. We're all toying around now with Hunter Biden again because that's what Donald Trump wants us to do, because he's uncomfortable that he's been caught. And this is the grand retribution tour. I'm not interested in a party that appeases a man like that. And that's what they're all doing. 6 of the 8 candidates who debated last night, issues that don't mean shit to me, have said that they will support Donald Trump if he is the nominee. A party that should be wholesale rejecting him. Everybody should be standing up and rejecting him. A party that considers the founding fathers, the people they speak about more often than anybody, that considers the Constitution to be the guiding document. This is what they tell you. And this is how they act. They try to stop the peaceful transfer of power after an election. They try to steal the election from the people. This is exactly what's going on here. This is what Donald Trump, Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, all of these people did. They engaged in a conspiracy to overturn the government. Even pussyface Mike Pence, who can't bear to tongue lash Donald Trump, a man who threatened to have him hung outside the Capitol building. There were gallows built. We had people break into the Capitol in front of your face, and they had weapons. When you're hitting somebody with a pole, that's a weapon. It doesn't have to have a trigger on it to be a weapon, but there were plenty of those there too. And Donald Trump knew they were armed, and he said he didn't give a shit because they weren't there to shoot him. Everybody forget all of that? You know, just in case you forget exactly what happened, exactly what these people did at his behest. I'll put in all of those parlor videos. They took pictures of themselves doing this shit. People forget all of this. Oh, it's been a few years now. Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. No, let's have a frank conversation here. The GOP needs to be pummeled in 2024. I mean, they need to lose resoundingly. A message needs to be sent that they actually understand, because they don't understand right now what's going on here. They need to lose by so much that they have to look in the mirror and decide what they're going to do, because this party is finished. It's garbage. The only two people who have stood up in this party with any amount of consequence have been Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. The only people. Okay? They've lost their careers. The rest of the people who are still out there debating and talking and guffawing, even Ron DeSantis, suddenly Donald Trump's arch enemy, which he really isn't. Get a clue. Okay? I'm not interested in any of those people. They're all around Trump. That's what this is all about. They know he owns them lock, stock, and barrel. You know, all of, DeSantis saying that he would pardon Trump. They'll all pardon Trump. And the yous and the me's on the planet will go to jail for our transgressions. But we'll keep giving these guys a break. Is that what you want? You want to keep going down this path? Because take a look at where the fuck we are right now. The Republican Party needs to be clobbered in November of 2024. 70% of registered Democrats come out and vote in November of 2024, and we can deliver the death knell to the Republican Party as it is right now. And right now, the Republican Party is of no use to the American people. They do not believe in freedom. They do not believe in the sanctity of civil rights. They do not believe in any of that. They believe in white nationalism no matter what you say. Anybody who is rallying around Trump has no problem with the fact that he's a racist, a homophobe, a transphobe, an anti-Semite, and that he just hangs around with people who believe in all of that. How is that okay? It isn't okay. Those are things that we here in America should not ever turn a blind eye to. Ever. Because that's not what this country is about, no matter what the GOP is telling you they intended back in 1776. The bad news is it's 2023, and they just haven't fucking evolved. I'll talk to you all later.